money out, dash, got it on, smash.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Los Angeles Rams. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh. Check 59. That's a run. They're running.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the 27, Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 33.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Saquon Barkley. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And he's going to get this one all the way down to the Rams' 35-yard line.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, where they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Hey, Sue. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Hey. Mike's 59. Step.
Throwing Jones. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Don't get nervous. Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50. Rip right. 50.
Operating from the gun, Jones.
I can't believe they even let you play.
And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because When he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, 76. 76. Mike, 76. Watch the screen. 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 Nice 57. 57's right.
From the gun, here's Gone. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing. I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Sean Davis that time on the tackle. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
You alpha. Check 59.
From the gun, Jones. Dancing to his left. And this is Shepard on the catch. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now this throw caught left side, and he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. 15 yards on the play, first down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
120. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
36. Watch that.
Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on 3rd.
Heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges.
To throw is gone. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep, Golden Tate. He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Cohen. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Check. 6-6. Pull it high. 2.
They'll run with Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
132 fighter.
This is Barkley. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Jones now on 1st and 10. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Check. 59. Watch the run. Hey, high 7. 59 mark. Check. 59. It's our time.
Now Jones to throw again. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 20-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Go now. 10 Lobo. 59. Mike to 59. Pilot, 64. Weak. Leo! Don't be scared. Hey, Orbit! He's coming. We got double up. Spot!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Now it's Barkley, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a third down and 6 to go.
Outlaw.
Mike, check. 59.
Hey, echo. 59, mark. Defense.
Jones operating from the gun. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The LA defense up to snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to fourth down. Rosa's kick is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The tackle by Janoris Jenkins.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them. And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way.
Hey, wahoo!
Hey, check Mike 57. We ain't give us.
A shotgun snap for Gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
The Giants take over first and 10.
We're going to work.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. Now Jones. It's home Hauled in by Shepard. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 17 yards and a giant first down.
Ready up.
Check. 59. I got him. 59.
Five.
Here's Jones throwing on first down. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep lefts. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. You must
Go.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
On 1st and 10, Jones eluding the pressure right. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Alec Ogletree in on the stop.
2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, gone. And he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs.
Check 26.
We're good.
Goff now looking to throw. Flushed. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Johnny Hecker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
Huge play for the defense. What a turn of events. They get the fumble return for a touchdown, the last play of the first half.
And how about the defense providing a score, amping up not just themselves, but the entire team as they head into the locker room.
And does that change the locker room speech at half?
There shouldn't be much of a speech necessary now. They've got things going their way.
The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
That's the way. Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
Like 20. Check. 14. 14.
Check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. Watch the
Hey, Charlie.
Watch the run.
17. 17.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. They got a man. It's Woods. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Got it.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Check it out, Lee. Check. Crunch.
2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, Mike's 50. Go on.
Hey, Delta.
Check 49.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
And we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 28-yard line.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Motion. I got one.
Again they run with Gurley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
2nd and 10. Check, 47. You gonna see me in your nightmare.
Chill. Maverick.
Kill.
They'll try the air now with Gall. Going up top for Cup. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Check 2 for 66.
Shit. Hey, watch this.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Hey, let's get there. 50 seconds to Mike. Blue Jay.
From the gun on 3rd down. Gone. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Brandon, never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. They run. This is Cohen. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
Now after the loss, they come up 2nd and 11 from the 19-yard line. On the run, it's Barkley. Dances by him. Finding room at the 30. And he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 1st down and run with Cohen. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. On the stop was Aaron Donald. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw. And Tate's got it. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 43.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks. And they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?
Bravo! Turkey's the mark. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Crunch time, defense.
Now Jones on first down. He's got his man. This is Tate. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And the Giants first down.
Ready. 59. Mike's 59. I hope you brought your reps because I'm about to take you to school.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. They could get it done, but guess.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosazon to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down LA.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. His carries tonight, they're getting up there. So maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Gets fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
You think you won't get this? You think you won't get this? Check 59. High five.
Jones on 1st and 10. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Jones now 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Hey, exit.
Mike 50. Rip left, rip left.
Here's Jones. Back to the air on 2nd down. Flushed out right. He completes it to Tate. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Mike 50. Hey, check.
Hey. High 7. Go.
50's a Mike. Hey. Here we go.
Ready?
From the gun, Jones. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down.
Let him know. Let's go, Mike 50. Watch the slants.
Hey, echo.
Check Mike 50. Let's go.
Throwing again, Jones. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 27-yard line.
Mike 50. Let's go deep, tighten up. Mike 50, go.
Jones now throwing on 1st down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now Jones going to throw again, going for it all. And it'll be intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Hey, check 24.
Maverick.
Gone. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Here's Johnny Hacker now. He's been terrific so far. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. And now hang on here. The door, can you hear it? It's a little open.
Is that the squeaky hinges that I'm hearing right now? Yeah, the door.
Is that too high pitch?
No, not at all. The door is open a little bit. It's almost like when you told those horror stories on the camping trip, right? And now, look out.
Yeah.
We've got a little bit different look at the game at this point.
Big momentum swing here in the fourth on the punt fumble. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Sean Davis with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Now Gurley. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
Come on, 180. Here we go.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play...
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Aaron Donald in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Yeah, I got you.
2nd and 13. Eluding the pressure right. And the pressure gets to him again. Aaron Donald in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now. Looking to throw. Jones. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple, although I set you up by saying game balls, plural, but
I like where we're going with this, though. You say one to represent, like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for L.A., it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Giants, it's a loss that could wind up